You won't believe what these cameras saw. Yes, in fact, trail cameras are made for such adventurous purposes and stuff, but this isn't related to any such kind of footage. This footage will really spook you out. Want to take a look at those? Let's see. Let's start with number 1, strange deers. Being a young buck might come with it certain difficulties. Living in the outdoors means that things can get stuck in your antlers, and your poor hooves can't pull them out. Well, this time a young buck got tumbleweed hooked on his antlers. It may appear to be a wonderful crown to wear for one night, but we can imagine he'd want to get rid of it very quickly. We're hoping he meets a deer friend who will assist him in biting it off. Anyway, let's look and see what his friends did. What if you found a lot of deer in one picture? Yeah, I know, that's scary, right? There are almost too many to count. While deer are not very fearsome creatures, this photograph of so many deer together appears to be quite menacing. The flash of the camera most likely drew their attention since they were all gazing at the camera. This is genuinely unusual encounter, but it's also a little unsettling. Number 2. Bear versus biker. Imagine you're riding your bike along a lonely route in the woods when, out of nowhere, a bear charges toward you. Let me tell you this is not an imaginary scenario. This occurred to the 2 cyclists when they were riding their bikes at a ski and biking park in Slovakia. The terrifying clip was caught on a helmet camera and shows 2 motorcyclists racing downhill through the woods when they suddenly spot a bear charging directly at them. At this moment, the footage slows down as the bear chases the first rider. However, the bear quickly reverses its route and goes back into the trees. Phew! It was a near call for those bikers, and you could tell by the tone of their voices how scared the bear made them. Number 3. Beaver repairs the dam. Why do beavers create dams? You may be wondering. Beavers build dams across streams to create ponds in which they live. These are basically called beaver lodges. These ponds shelter animals from predators like wolves, coyotes, and mountain lions. In March 2019, a team of researchers in northern Minnesota left a motion-activated camera at the edge of a beaver pond just south of Voyageurs National Park for 1 year. The result in this video footage provides an interesting insight into some of the greater Voyageurs ecosystem's wild residents, as well as a demonstration of the area's dramatic seasonal variations. There were also plenty of critter traffic. Unsurprisingly, beavers were observed, sometimes rebuilding their dam wall. And that's a pretty rare sighting. Infrared surveillance cameras frequently catch beaver neighbors in this stretch of riverhood. Number 4. Amazing short-eared dog. The short-eared dog, one of the Amazon's rainforest's most secretive creatures, has been captured on film. These jungle canines, which are about the size of a fox, are extremely difficult to see. In fact, a trip to the Amazon is significantly more likely to result in a sighting of a jaguar than a sighting of a wild short-eared dog. Getting a video of the dog was a great surprise. Larry Reeves, a conservation scientist, put up a GoPro camera near a white-lipped peccary cadaver in late May. The decomposing bug-infested carcass was discovered along a route near the Tampopata Research Center in southeastern Peru. Reeves risked the raging flies and rotten stink to position the camera a few feet from the cadaver in order to catch what he'd heard was a king vulture fiesta. Reeves was astounded to see the dark, sleek figure of the jungle dog come onto the screen as he examined the footage. Now, all this time we saw some rare animals and their activities. Now, why don't we change the subject? What about something spooky? Number 5. The little girl in the woods. New landowners in upstate New York wanted to use their property as a hunting location, so they installed a trail camera to ensure that no one was assessing the forested territory in Washington County. But what they uncovered was a weird, ghost-like image of a tiny girl on the trail camera. On seeing this, they phoned Cambridge Police Chief George Bell, who confirmed the photo was real. The photo was published to the public a few weeks ago in the attempt to identify the youngster, causing a buzz throughout the small town and on social media about ghosts, apparitions, and paranormal activity. People who saw the photo said it looked like a ghost. Number 6. The Wisconsin Wendigo. When this photo was posted on Reddit in 2012, it sparked a flurry of speculation. This stunning image, now known as the Wisconsin Trail Cam Mystery, has baffled experts for years. This shambling monster appears to be dressed in torn clothes with a hood over its stooped shoulders. Some others have noticed footsteps traveling across the ground as if this beast is following them. There's no logical explanation for this picture. Opinions range from a Wendigo to a zombie to a lost soul condemned to roam the woods forever. Some claim in a smudge on the camera lens or a person with a sheet wrapped over them. Whatever the case, this is one of the most perplexing trail cam images ever captured. Number 7. Clown on trail camera. Now, this is weird, right? It appears that the rash of clown sightings across North America began earlier than previously assumed. On August 30th, 2009, this trail camera sensed activity in the middle of the morning and began taking pictures. When the owner saw the photographs, he was astounded to learn that a clown had been exploring his property. The camera was hidden in the woods, kilometers from the nearest settlement. So why would a clown in full costume be roaming in the woods at that hour? Even if it was a local playing a joke on the hunter, the fact that they were dressed as a clown deep in the woods is striking. That's scary enough on its own. Number 8. Zombie Boy on Trail Cam. This photograph has been making the rounds on the internet for some years. It was taken in 2009 and depicts a little youngster walking through the woods late at night. With his dazzling white eyes, he appears engrossed. He appears to be moving uncomfortably, probably hurt based on his posture. So what do you think this kid is doing out in the middle of nowhere? Is he sleepwalking? Or is it something far darker? Perhaps it's a zombie or a wandering soul. If this is a photograph of a ghost, it displays some tremendous detail that is usually lacking in paranormal photographs. Or more rationally, it may be the neighbor's boy playing pranks. Number 9. Agonized ghost in the brush. There is absolutely very little info here regarding this photograph, which leads us to believe it's a fraud. It depicts a deer illuminated by an infrared hunting camera, but in the backdrop is a terrifying vision of a ghostly person emerging from the brush, and it appears to be screaming in pain. I'm going to mark this one as most likely Photoshop, but if you have any other information on this photo, please share it in the comments area below. Number 10. Skinwalker. This 2014 photograph was supposedly a heat signature of a strange critter acquired by a geologist working in a New Mexico oil field. Many people believe this monster is a skinwalker, a mythological creature from Native American folklore that can shapeshift into whatever animal it wants. Others believe it's a scam, saying it's a still from a little-known science fiction film from the 1980s. What are your thoughts? Is this a hoax or proof that a skinwalker is stalking the New Mexico oil fields? Anyway, trail cams have become a common technique for following an animal's behavior in the hunting and wildlife worlds. This is a fantastic technique to view what is going on at night in general. While there isn't much to see most of the time, the camera sometimes captures something that displays the actual beauties of nature, or some really sketchy stuff. Anyway, what do you guys think of the footage that these trail cameras caught? Mention your views in the comment section below. Meanwhile, we'll meet again in the next episode.